more jump jets on. We probably want to put more. I want the heat to be enough we can use this. I think the next round of stuff is basically, okay, can we make this a stealth boat or not? And do we want to? And what does it cost us to do that? It costs a lot of heat to do that, right? But is it worth it here? Because the Hunchback was running into issues with being too easily blown the fuck up. So we have this sweet ass void prototype void system. You can't stack heat banks. Oh, heat bank. I see what you're saying. Yeah, it can be moved to the other side. It just costs us time, right? Install time to do that. So we want to do that last if possible. I don't think this is just venting heat, right? It's not heat generation, right? And it weighs a fair chunk. You know, and we might have to do this partially too. Like right now we've lost nothing on this mech and we've gained stuff, right? So we could do this. This could be a 4-day install and we run the next mission like this and that would be fine. Yeah, I would love to run the void system. I think it's going to be a really big damage reduction for us. Max out armor, absolutely. But remember, chat, one of the limiting factors is mech bay time. And the mech bay for this is already 4 days and 1 million. And we still have to get our other mech online. Anyways, so let's say we ran the void system. Void system is a requires ECM. Sure, we have an ECM. We could throw an ECM on. Say we run the ECM. Now can we run the void? Okay, void takes. That's interesting. Didn't know it did that. So it takes a slot in every location except head, I guess. Or did these move around? Isn't the need for the XL component? We'll see. Yes, duck, for sure. But we're not there yet, for whatever reason. Okay, so what does this fucking thing do for us? All right, okay, so first of all, it's 20%, where is it? 10% heat weapon heat generation, and 10% heat, and plus 10 heat per turn. So it's a really heavy heat commitment. It gives us 70% reduced visibility and 15% sensor signature. I'm not sure what this other one is. Provide mimetic stealth when activated. So, okay, I wanted to parse this with you guys so you guys can help me make sense of this. All right. Provides mimetic stealth when activated, making units harder to hit and detect. Control click on move button in mech HUD to switch modes, countered by probes. 20% mimetic. Okay, so does it do nothing when it's not activated? Or are the passives listed below 6 fixed slots reserved always active? Because when it says beneath the activation one here, it seems to say 20% mimetic stealth, initial visibility reduction, reduced detection by sight. Below is always active. Yeah, Feilong, agreed. All right. So we activate stuff that makes us better when we're not moving. So this mech is pretty mobile, so it would be kind of bad for us if we had to stay stationary for it, because this mech wants to move. It wants to be flanking people all the time, and it wants to be moving to get close range stuff. Okay, but as long as it's running passively, this stuff, that's pretty good. I want another Guardian ECM on the front lines because stacking ECM modules is actually really useful. This seems decent right now. How much did this cost in terms of install time, by the way? Nothing. No day. Just cash. Okay. Stealth systems start active. The initial stealth effect depends on charges. But even when I turn it off, lady, I'm getting the minus 70%, minus 15%, plus 10% heat, plus 10 heat per turn portion of that, right? No, it's all active. See, that may not actually be very useful for us then, chat. Makes this harder to hit and detect. Like, I want to try it because we haven't tried it yet, but I'm not sure this is actually fucking helpful for this mech. So first of all, it fucking destroys our ability to repair this mech. Charges aren't used up. Sure. But when I turn it on, I'm getting 70% reduced visibility and 15% reduced sensor signature. It's just in addition to that, I'm getting 6 of these other things that decay as I move. Yeah, that's what I'm saying being, right? So in addition to that 70% reduced visibility, we get another... I'm saying Sphinx, I'm having a really hard time parsing this information from this. And this is, again, I always struggle with these tooltips. Not because the tooltips are poorly written, just because I struggle with the parsing of this. Void system makes me near impossible to spot visually. That's good. But this is the one that has the weight to do it, to debellow. Otherwise, we're probably not using this till we find another system. So the other things that we're going to go into this, if we built this, we're going to be... oh my god, I just totally blanked. Right, okay, Sphinx. That's how I read it too, but I'm not entirely certain if that's right. But that's how I read it, right? Although I thought the other systems were full-on passive, not needed to be on. But yeah, okay, so we turn it on. Can you cheese this though? So if you walk first and then turn it on, do you get all of your stealth pips? I hope not, but I wonder if that works. No, you can't? Good. Okay. Shit, what was I just thinking of for this chat? There's something else we were going to be doing with this. Alright, so if we run all this stealth shit, which we want to run, and this runs hot, we got to figure out what it does to our heat, because this does impact pretty negatively our heat. Do the penalties to heat only trigger when I've turned it on, or are the penalties to heat always on? All activations occur before movement? I feel like I can turn on the ECM Guardian module, change it between ECCM mode and ECM mode after I've moved. It's only when the armor's active? Okay, cool. Oh, what the fuck were we doing, chat? We have so many decisions to make on this mech. Oh, man. Alright, today we play with the mech bay. Oh, right. So the next thing on my mind right now is the AMS system. Analysis paralysis? Eh. Do we want to throw in the laser AMS on this? It's a support weapon, can fit on the arms, seems okay. I mean, I don't know. Like, is this just gonna make all the fire get directed at our other guy now? Or are they just gonna take a lot of missed shots at us? It really depends on how they react to that. I like this guy Bame to be nice and close and still have a lot of defenses, because what's happening is we're getting outclassed in terms of the weight of the mechs. Exactly the being. Alright. Did we end up with any support weapons that we could plug into this? I think all of our support stuff is here, right? Leave it as is. It has 5 days. Do we want to do a partial upgrade to this? We could certainly do that. I wouldn't mind gaming out what the rest of it looks like going into it though, and then backing off to 5 days. And I would love to run the void system just to try it. All right, how's our heat efficiency with the void system active? So we're currently running, this is actually a damage reduction right now, which is not where I'm not okay reducing the damage of this long term. So this is eight lasers now instead of 9. The lasers are doing 20 each. This one's doing 25 or something. No, this does 20. Where's the Magna? That one right there. This one does 23. So we're getting, what did I say, 8? So it's 163 damage right now. And what are we generating for heat? The heat's a little complicated. Are the plus heat and minus heat modifiers additive? So if I have minus 15 from the exchanger and plus 15 from the FCS energy or plus 5 from the FCS energy and plus another 10 from here, do those cancel out? So is it just basic heat right now? Hopefully. Yeah, pulses were options, Scott. That's what we want to be able to eventually leave room for, is the heat with that. Let's assume those do cancel out. So my actual heat generation then is 8 of, what did we say it was? We already said it was 9, and then what was this one? 11. So it's 9/8 for 72 plus 2 is 74. They don't cancel each other out directly. That's unfortunate. It makes the math harder. Okay. So then, what was it? 70. So it's 74 times 1.15 times 0.85, I guess. All right, so what did I say it was? 74 times 1.15 times 0.85. And all right, so we're getting 72.3 heat generation per round, which is a fuck ton. All right. So with that, our current heat sinking is 69 supposedly, but we're generating 73. So we definitely want to be more heat efficient on this mech than we are. That's without jumping too, and without any enemy heat modifiers. So we probably want to run some heat sink doubles, of which we have a couple. So this will eat up some of both the space and the space and something else. Okay. No, that was with the that was without the 10. Good call. So we actually do 82 running the void system. 82.3. Thanks, I forgot about the flat 10. All right, this is venting what now? This is venting 81 with 2 double heat sinks on there, which is basically, it's kind of awkward because the way it alphas, this is probably okay. I'm not too upset about that. That's a decent. Have the exchanger, running the heat bank, running some heat sinks. It eats up a bit of the tonnage. We could go even more heat sinks and then start upgrading the pulses. I don't know that. I mean, we have the weight right now. The other thing I'd like to do, of course, but this starts to eat a lot of time. The other thing, of course, I want to do is I want to start upping the armor. I want to max the armor on this one. And then we need to decide about the pulses. We only have 3 pulses right now, although we're working towards getting more. The chem lasers just were less heat, right? Not more damage. Okay. Yep, pulses are a huge increase on heat, for sure. But we have the weight right now to keep adding double heat systems to this. AMS adds heat too if we're running this. I'm not sure we are. Did we take it off? I thought I put it on. Guess I didn't put it on. It's a support weapon. All right, so that was also this. Do we want to run the laser AMS on this? I mean, we're pretty versatile, or pretty not versatile, pretty hard to hit at the moment. I think they work out to being equal chem, right? You'd say nay on this, so this maybe goes on who then? We can't fit this on anybody else. It would kind of be nice to have this on our poor old line breaker. But there was no way we were getting 1.5 tons in the line breaker, right? Oh shit, you know what we're missing here? We're missing one of the probes. The probe was something I really liked on the close range guys for getting accuracy. And that's, I think, another 2 slaughter. Because this really, really upped accuracy by dealing with their stealth nonsense. And I wanted to put one of them on here. Take the C3 as well. Why? What is this? We already have a C3 on our little mech. The LRM boat's going to be fairly close anyways, chat. Ideally, I think. I mean, maybe we could take that portion out. There's an argument for it. I don't want to discount that argument. I think it's not a terrible argument. Now, the question is, do we have the slots for it? Because this now we can only run one more heatsink here. Maybe we don't wish to do heatsink Ds. Maybe we want to go heatsink compact or clan heatsink. I haven't seen any heatsink compacts yet. Are they as good as the double heatsinks in 6 per turn, or are they 3 per turns? Hey, Gamer. We made our fire starter into an LRM boat. So we should really decide on the heat sinking element of this. If we're gonna get pulses on here, and I think we're going to want to get pulses on here to keep the damage scaling, then we're going to need more heat. Can't tell if trolling or not, Zweinstein. I'm having tons of fun with this. This is clan DHS. We don't have any clan double heat sinks. We may not get any ever again. And this is the CHS, which is the compact heat sinks, which I don't know how they work. Are they, chat, can you guys confirm for me, are they -6 per turn or are they -3 per turn? Because it does matter a little bit. If we're trying to do space, the compact would be useful, but if they're only half as efficient, it kind of defeats the purpose. Compacts are 3 tons, 1 slot, -6 heat. Huh. So they go up in weight. I think we're gonna want to fit multiples of those. All right, so okay, so we don't have 8 days to spend on this. I think we want to roll with like a 4-day. I think the partial refit is the way we want to go. So let's back out of here, do the partial refit, get that going, and then do the full refit on our hunchback and see. We could even leave that now. Can we have a sense of what we're doing on that? We could get a sense of how many days we have to work on this based on the amount of time it takes to get our big hunchback running. I think we decided that the AMS on that hunchback is kind of pointless. It's already going to be very hard to target visually, and a little bit of armor damage may be okay to it anyways. We don't want it totally on. We're gonna get the stealth system on and check it out, see what it's like. So that will be fun. All right, so the managing tasks here, we have 3 and 1 here, which is really nothing at all. So really we're gonna get the limiting factor is gonna be what does it take to get our big PPC boat going. So I think we decided on this too, that. So this was the consideration. We could, okay, round and round and round. So this was triple PPC, or rather 2 PPC and a large laser. And I don't think we could fit anything else we wanted to do with that, right? And we only have one 250 core, right? So the other one is short a 250 core. Because we were upping this to 250. Yeah. Don't I have 250 cores? Do I? I don't think so. If we have 2, that would be great. Oh, we have two 250 cores. Never mind, chat. We planned ahead. We have two 250 cores. Exactly where we want to be. Fantastic. But we don't need 250 core on this. Because the heat sinks is done by the engine fuel cell. We don't need that. So we planned really far ahead and outsmarted ourselves. Well done. Okay. Alright. So, we are 100% running at least 2 PPCs on this. We've decided that we are not running clan endotech on this because we don't need to, but we can run regular endosteel. It has regular endosteel. So that's good. We're going to run the void on the close range, the gyro defense on the close range. We can run ferrofibrous here if we want to. For the armor, we should consider it. It takes up a lot of slots, but we have a lot of slots on this. We need to run the... So the issue was basically, if we go for the triple route, can we really afford to fit all the things we need on here? And I think the answer is probably not. I think it might be a little greedy going for the triples on here. So this is the RPPC clan on which side? Doesn't really matter. The RPPC there. We want to do the engine upgrade to the... What was it? Can't, right? None of these upgrades work with this. Okay. Oh, that's why I'm saying you sound like you're not having fun. I'm having fun with this. Even with the redundancy in the fitting. We're building our team, man. Gotta be excited about our team. Alright. Equipment on this guy goes to comm suite. Please, Dragon. No? Okay. Comm suite. This is the sensor tracker. This is the FCS standard goes to the FCS Mark II. Yeah. Would it not be worth going 250 engine, just changing the whole cooling system? No, the cooling system is extremely expensive to change, and we want this anyways. When we generate a shit ton of heat, a minus 60% modifier to a ton of heat's good. Actually, this has been less good than I thought because we couldn't add any of the secondary changes to it, which is a little bit of a bummer. But I still think we've already invested the $1 million in it, so we're going to roll with that. So no. And we actually want the weight on this. This guy ran out of weight too quickly, and this is our back rank one. So having the additional weight saved off of the 200 is fine. This is the PPC sniper. It doesn't have to be super mobile. All right, this has also got the clan cockpit, I think. No. These are just life support remaining. Sensor tracker, comms, FCS there. I don't think we have any life support ones to give him, so I think that is done. Okay, so then the 2 weapons are on board here. This was the question of what are we running for equipment here. We actually do have 1 extra Guardian ECM. No, it's not currently installed on the other guy. We don't have a Guardian ECM to spare. That's going where it's going. Don't need the Beagle probe here. I think we were considering it, right? To find a new gyro. Gyro's good, man. Gyro provides weight loss. Okay. I think this is the one that's going to run the AMS, right? Because we were considering either sticking it on this guy or not. So we have the option of running the laser AMS on this guy. And we have... Then we just were going to fuck with heat sinks and jump jets, right? It's LAMS considered weapon heat. LAMS? I don't know what LAMS is here. Laser AMS considered weapon heat? Yes. I don't know if it does it for this. We'll just add it manually. So we didn't have an extra Guardian ECM, right? So there's no other real ways to get weight back here except stripping armor. It's fairly heavily armored for what it is, but I don't mind the idea of it scaling a bit more. I think we're doing some luxury stuff is what we're doing here by not equipping the other weapon. Nah, we spent the patchwork already. Patchwork got installed. We don't have any more, so we don't get to do that. So it really comes down to what else do we want to put on here. Didn't hate the Beagle probe. Since we are a long-range sniper, having additional sensor range seems good for us. Any of these have passive effects? This did not, right? I think this one might have had... No, it didn't. Okay. We need a couple more jump jets. The slave on it is less useful, Sphinx, since the way this works is it applies an aura, and enemies in that aura are easier to detect. So that doesn't really help us than the guy in the very back. We might be able to fit Jesus, is that all we're gonna do with it, really? It's just gonna be double the Panther for double the weight. Is this min-maxed enough for us, chat? Are we happy with this? Just 2 weapons? I mean, this is weight-wise almost maxed here with just 2 PPCs on it. I mean, we're running a shit ton of heat sinks, but the shit ton of heat sinks is kind of necessary. We're heat sinking 42 and generating 44. I mean, honestly, we're generating 105 heat, so we're getting a big boost out of this. Don't worry about the back torso armor. It's not in a position where it's going to be doing that. I mean, we have armor distributions to do here. Kind of want another fucking heatsink on here, honestly. So what are we generating? Every round we are going to be shooting. Every round we shoot. We generate 42 heat. With 42 heat, we're venting 44, and we actually generate more with the laser AMS. Yeah, it would be nice to have another. Yeah. I don't think we can fit a 3rd weapon system on here. This is with minimal jump jets on 2, running the AMS, which I think is useful on this guy, since we won't get it on anybody else right now. Okay. Lower some armor for more heatsink. Maybe we could rearrange the armor a little bit. Does jump jet eye save weight? Opposite, takes more weight, gives us more range. I mean, we could, for example, this could be one of the places where we might get some benefit out of the wing system, since we want to skimp on jump jets, and it's roughly the equivalent to stacking a bunch of heat sinks, and it takes up slip space, but we have space. So I think this might be one of the places where we could do that. So if we pull 3 heat sinks is equal to the partial wing system in terms of jumping. Especially when we can't convert our heat sinks over because of the fuel cell. Costs it a little bit more weight. I think it's half a ton more. But it might let us skimp on a heat jump jet, which is exactly 0.5. Right? Does this give us? This is 30%. Is one more jump jet 50% more range? Maybe you could consider engine downgrade. Maybe. I think I sold all my smaller engines. It was pretty shitty movement already. Jump change is thrown on move. Oh, it's thrown on movement mouse over. Thanks. Okay, so this is current jump range 90 meters. That's fucking nothing. And what is the equivalent? If we pull this off, it goes down to presumably still 90. So it's 120 with the jump thing on then? Since it was not registering that, it didn't change at all, or it just doesn't change at all. It should change. It says it changes. So it's the same. It goes from 90 to 120, which is 30 more meters, which is the same as the wings. So it's exactly the same in weight. 3 heat sinks versus in a jump jet versus the wingsuit, the wing modification plus this. Takes a lot more spots, but I think we have the spots. This is really close. Yeah, wings are worse for slots, but more beneficial if we ever choose to add more jump jets, right? Like it goes up in value to have wings compared to jump jets when we have more jump jets than 3. It just happens to be equal at 3. Yeah, we still have another 7 or 8 slots here, and we're not thinking that this is going to change very much. Wings are better for jump jet heat generation? I don't think they are. I think they were literally just -9 heat per turn, which is 3 heat sinks, plus 30% jump distance. Yeah. Doesn't do shit. Oh, I see. Because a third jump jet takes more heat. Is that how that works? I don't actually know how jump jet heat is calculated. Okay. So we're going to go with the 2 PPC variant. We need to make final decisions about number of heat sinks versus our armor and armor distribution. We'd like this not to be 8 days, but we might be stuck with 8 days. This one is the one that has to be online. Okay, so that's the decision making. Let's go actually look at the refit modules for this and try to be as efficient as we can about not removing and re-adding modules, etc. Okay, so equipment goes for modular cockpit equipment first. We go comm suite. This is the tracker and the Mark II. That all has to happen. The weapons have to happen here. We go clan PPC on this side and PPC on the other side. This is all converted already. The endo steel is fine. I think this was the ferrofibrous build. So run ferrofibrous in here. We have the AMS if we want it. I think we want it over nothing. We wanted at least 1 more jump jet, probably 2 here. So equipment, jump jet goes 1 more. Wing system and AMS, probably. So the other downside of the wing system is probably, it probably takes more install time, which might be enough of a downside that we don't do it. Let's take just a quick look what the wing system costs us in terms of install time compared to just adding 1 more jump jet, right? Because that's the comparison. So wings kit is here. Goes from 5 days to 6. And the jump jet small stays at, didn't install, goes to 6. Actually, probably the same. Okay. Do you need a jump jet for sniper? You need a jump jet everywhere for basically where you spawn. Okay, so this does not have the AMS involved, although we're gonna put one on, I think. Oh, the Beagle Probe's not on yet either. Good call. Beagle Probe, I think, is slightly more priority than that. So where were we getting weight last time, chat? We cut some heat sinks, right? Did we cut heat sinks? Where was our weight coming from last time? Oh, 3 heat sinks for wings, because we're actually doubled up on wings right now. Thank you. Does it matter where? Maybe. All right, up to 7 days with the Beagle Probe install. And if we're gonna try to fit a AMS in here as well. The AMS may not be necessary. This thing runs no electronic warfare though, which means that it needs to be LOS. It needs to be LOSing with the PPCs. So anything it sees it. So it's a little bit scary not to run an AMS. Like, I don't want to be fucking just nuked to death with missiles. And the heat efficiency here is not acceptable. I think we got to get a little bit more heat on here. So probably need to return one of those heat sinks. You don't think it's counting the wing heat bleed? This, I think it probably is. So this is core 60, I believe. We see that here. Don't see that here. See that somewhere. Fuck, do we see it here? I don't want a C3 slave on it. I don't think the C3 slave was very interesting on this for me. So this is giving us 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. I don't know where we see... Where's the base fucking engine cooling? We normally see it by hovering this, I thought. Because there's normally a coolant system in here, right? Look at the top right of the blue square. Oh, minus 24 heat, thanks. Okay, so that's 24. And then we get another... Is that including the external heat sinks on this? Or not? 8 3s are 24, probably not. So then we have another 4. So we're looking at another 12 on top of that. So we're venting 36 plus another 9 from the wing system is 45. What does the heat efficiency say? That you're right, it's not showing the wing system on there. So we're probably actually heat neutral right now. Nice, Scott. Good call. Good catch. That actually is good for us too, because that's about where we want to be. We'll still generate heat from the AMS in addition to that. Although if we don't overload it, it's not that much. It's only 6 heat per. And if we ever jump jet, we'll also generate heat. We're still almost a full ton over. I don't think there's anything I can do about that. We can't even give him a shit cockpit. Okay. Okay. How do we cut weight, chat? Cut the AMS and up the armor. Leave the AMS, cut some armor. I do have a small cockpit, but it would replace the comm suite. And small cockpit gives minus accuracy, which I don't want. AMS is too far back and this is too much heat. It actually doesn't generate much heat at all. I'm not sure if it's too far back or not. Cut the arms. I think we could cut a little bit out of legs, actually. If you miss much, just us designing our mechs. So drop this down to 90. That's a lot more we have to cut. Maybe drop this down to 120. What do you think? Just de-armor this head entirely, chat? Look. Does this go up and down when I do this? No. Okay. Cut the back armor. I think back armor is about as low as I want to risk it. Could bring legs down further. No spare patchworks? No. Would be nice to have that 0.2 ton patchwork back right now, wouldn't it? We don't have any like light heat sinks or something interesting like that, right? We got doubles, but we can't use them. Engine core's at 200, it won't go any lower. We're running ferrofibrous for a little bit of a discount here. These are heavier. I can't think of anything that makes this lighter. If we got another clan PPC, that would be nice. That would free up a number of tons. That's probably our next upgrade. We get a ton back from swapping an ER PPC out to a clan PPC. And then either running another heatsink for the damage buff. Yeah, some tier 3 patchworks would be great. But we don't have any patchworks, chat, so stop suggesting. We can in the future do something about that, but not now. We either have to knock leg armor. We're gonna knock leg armor down to 80. All right, we're still knocking armor. 75, 75, 115, 110. All right. Yep, it's scary amounts of fucking rear armor. I don't disagree. Okay, this is 10 days. Ouch. We're going to want to tweak this, but this is our first iteration of the PPC guy. Fucking sold. Chat, we've done it. Hold on a minute, what? HM heatsink? What does HM stand for here? Does it need arms? Yes. AMS is on there. It's about the same armor as the Panther we're replacing, maybe slightly lower. Okay. Done. How many effective missile hits of armor are you giving up for the AMS? Depends how big the missile volleys are. Is it worth it? Probably. Depends if we get alpha'd or if we get worn down. All right. That's pretty good. So task now looks like our limiting factor is a 10-day build here. This means we have 6 days to play with on the frontline hunchback. We didn't rename it, chat, which is a fucking big mistake. I'm not redoing it for that, but we need to remember to name that when we can. All right. Okay, this bad boy. We have a lot of changes on this one, and this one's like one of the exciting ones. 6 days is what we're aiming for here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to up it to a 250. Then we're going to throw in the coolant system on the doubles. All right. Then we're adding the interesting gyro defense. Then we are adding the void system prototype armor. Then we are adding a Guardian ECM. We're pulling the wing system. We are adding the void system prototype. We are adding Endo Steel Clan. We're adding void system prototype. Stop screwing me right now. Requires a free slot where we have to drop one of the jump jets, I guess. Takes one in every slot, right? So the heat sinks come off because we changed heat sink systems. And single heat sinks don't do anything anymore. Add that void system. We got to move one of the jump jets, presumably. Does this fit or no? No, it doesn't require central. Okay. Oh, these are variables anyways, I guess. These might be variable slots. I'm not sure. Okay. All right, 3 days. Where was the big cost? There was a big cost. It was $1 million. Was it not on this one? It was. No, we haven't confirmed the $1 million yet. So what the hell was it? Oh, XL engine. Clan XL engine. Okay. All right, Clan XL engine. Looking at the, we want to get the Beagle on. Okay. Yeah, big spender. All right. Changed up some headpieces. Yep, those are probably cheap. We're at 5 days right now. We pull a medium laser. Feels fucking bad. Feels real bad. But man, this thing was sweet. All right, we keep the FCS energy. The armored cowl goes away. And the enhanced imaging comes in. And then the sensor sniper leaves. And we put in the virtual reality pod. Okay. C3 slave be worth on this? Likely yes. Okay. Maybe we just throw that in. We'll consider it right now. Yeah. 6 days now. We can redo some armor here and call it a day temporarily. How's the heat on it right now? So we're sinking 60. I think we're going to get some. We have an exchanger here. So this was the, okay, this was the one we were just doing. This is 9/8 for 72. We were like 73, and then we're sinking 60. So we're overheat right now on this one, right? No, heat efficiency does not look good. I don't think. This is wrong too, right? This is without the void system turned on. We wanted some doubles. Do we have room on this side for double heat sinks? Presumably yes. Up up to 7 days. We're now waiting 1 day on this. Well, I already did the 15% because we also have plus 15% for the PCS energy, plus the void system is plus 15% and plus 10 actually. So hold on. We were at 8 times 9. That's the base. Plus an additional 10. Plus another. I think it was 1.5 for the fucking magma. Hold on. The medium laser magna was another 2. Okay. So plus 2, plus 10 off the ECM, that's 84 base. And then it's times 1.15 times 0.85, comes out to 82.11 heat per turn. I'm probably dropping the Magnas, thirsty, but we'll see. So it runs pretty warm, and that's before jump jets. But currently venting 62, venting 75. That's probably reasonable for the climate we're going to. So we should get this to from 7 days. Try to keep it at 7, maybe do some armor adjustments. We'll have to modify the other 6 tons of this mech later, which are probably going to be used for upgrading medium lasers and adding more heat sinks, quite honestly. I wonder if we can get another double in and still 7. No, it goes to 8. Okay. This one maybe should have put the fucking AMS in too. I was just worried that with the void system we're not going to be targeted. I want to check this void system out. Put a single in. You can't run singles once you've converted to a double. Alright, we want to up its armor. I was noticing its arms being super weak in armor, so I'd really like to up that went to 8. Alright, like that to begin with. Can't use compact heat sinks either. We have a double heatsink kit. Okay, 7 days here is okay. We'll do the rest of the changes incrementally. Don't need the XL engine right now. It's true. Do we want to get that installed though while we have... That's pretty nice. 6 days is perfect. That lets us go instantly when the other one's done. That might be worth doing. Good call. Alright, we can maybe tweak a little bit to get that up right beneath 7 too. Might even take those and put them in the arms, honestly, because I do want the arms heavier. Okay. Seems okay right now. Does that screw us in any way? Doesn't, right? This is just heat, or just, doesn't mess with heat at all, right? It just messes with reserve slots. Nice. Alright, I can sign off on that. Dude, I'm excited about our new mechs. Let's go fucking play with our new mechs. You guys ready to play with our new mechs?
I'll let you know when that's done.
Alright, everything done. We have our new, finally, our double layout of this. This is a 6, 3, 1, 10, 10, done. Okay. Alright. Argo, time to pass time. We arrive in system. Let's visit the store. We should definitely save. That's a good call. That's something else we might be able to get on the Hunchback is that the module that squirts shit on people. So what do they have here? They've got partial mech salvage for an assassin, partial mech salvage Black Knight, partial mech salvage Zeus. Lasers, flamers, ERPPCs. Plasma cannon. Don't know what the fuck a plasma cannon is. 50% damage against overheating targets. Makes them continue to overheat. It's interesting. A small VSL, a VSPL, of course. Variable speed pulse lasers. Small pulse, small XL pulse. We've got whatever this is. 1.5 million. Is this the upgrade to... This is a advanced warfare system, active probe, electronic countermeasure suite sensor. This is a sensor upgrade. It's quite a big upgrade. Has a UAV built into it. Those are exciting. Very expensive, but exciting. A case 2. I don't know what the difference is. All right, hold on. Let's read this again. So this one says prevents. Okay, this one says specifically prevents internal explosions from traveling to the center torso, and this one says it reduces internal explosion damage to only 3 points from 5 for like an LRM, or is it negate the entire explosion to 3? Probably does not negate the entire explosion to 3. Okay. All right, what's the command console? All right, some text to read here. What does this replace? This replaces the UAV compartment, FCS, cockpit, and sensors. Maybe? Battle computer +1 initiative to all lance mates. It weighs 6 tons. Takes 4 slots. +1 initiative. Battle computer, 1 initiative for all lance mates. 50 lance mace sight distance and aura range. +2 lance accuracy with indirect fire. 2 increased resolve gain for lance mates and aura range. 2 injuries resisted. Gives a cockpit sensor suite of 5 strength. Has a UAV compartment. Has a... This thing's great. It's great. It's an all-in-one. Yeah. I wonder what the actual weight comes out to be. It looks like it's still heavier. I think each of those individual components are 1. So I think it maybe is 2 tons heavier. I don't know what a cooling pod is. Item has 1 use, -20 heat per turn when active. Can explode for 10 damage and 50% of those damage is stability damage. All right, there's some really cool looking oh, there's more cool shit. Another Artemis 2, which we have. I don't know what the FCS Bloodsport is, but I like the name. 1 melee accuracy, 1 initiative. Okay. The Rainmaker. Okay. Another gunnery support component. Excellent. This is basically fucking free for us and a really good one. I'm tempted to buy that right now. There's heavy ferrofibrous. And this would be an upgrade to the mech we just signed off on. There's a tier 3 patchwork. A ++ rangefinder, 20 base distance. Is that exactly the same as the other one? Base sight distance, modifier of 1 to gunnery. Modifier of 1 to gunnery. 20 sight, oh, 60. I'm reading it wrong. Okay. Recon sensor. AMS ammo. Not running any ammo-based AMSs right now. There's ammo fluid for one of our weapons too. We haven't had that yet. What happens if I use that weapon in the same volley of other things? Does it apply to the damage being done in that same volley, or is it all future weapon hits that get that bonus? It's all future. Okay. All right, so we were looking for LBX ammo and didn't find it. The rest of this looks pretty fucking great. Satisfy supply after the fact. Okay. So I kind of want to just pick this up. It's pretty cheap. I want to play around with that fluid squirter and see if we can get it doing something useful. I also want to pick up, just depends what we spend right now. There's a lot of things I would love to buy here, but the ones that really stand out are the heavy ferrofibrous, not heavy ferro, yeah, the heavy ferrofibrous, and the life support. Maybe we spend about $1 million here. This is going to let us actually armor that back-ranked hunchback, which is kind of important. Although we can also, it's just too expensive to buy the rest. Yeah, it does seem sick, but it's 1.5 million, which is really expensive when we can buy 3 other good components instead. And there were other things I wanted too. Just we very rarely can afford to buy all the shit we want here, right? Like that command, this thing is disgusting. I want to run this as soon as I possibly can. It seems incredible. And the sheathed beacons are really fucking good too. But they're both 1.5 million investments, which we probably can't afford. Case 2 is really sick too. Yeah, that's another one that could be good. I don't really know where we'd run it. Maybe on our little LRM dude. What does it weigh? It weighs 1. It's twice as heavy as a regular case. Case 2 is cheap too. All right, so we'd like the case, the gunnery, the ferrofibrous, and was there one more or no? Just immediately forgot. But we have 3 days till we have to pay for our next upgrade. We got quite a while before we can go yet, so we have to pay people. No. Save game, yeah. What was the one more, Sphinx? Okay. Fluid ammo. Yeah, fluid ammo was the one. Okay. All right. Does the store reset? Are we potentially going to lose those items if we don't buy them now? Store only changed on the system change. Sweet. Okay. Then let's move forward time-wise.
Hey boss, we've just completed those upgrades.
All right. Someone like 2 hours ago asked to see the Argo upgrades. So here we go. All right. We've completed both upgrades to get the 3rd mech bay online. It's 1.8 million to do that, and it's only 18 days build. So it's not particularly efficient in terms of that timing. We have to pay people again too, and we've got an 800,000 cost here. So if we do that, we're basically broke for a bit, which is fine. We just spent a lot of money and a lot of time moving systems and upgrading our squad to actually be a little bit more useful. The alternative one to the 3rd mech bay, which is what we've been teching for, we are going to want drop size increase, which is going to be expensive and is going to be fairly soon. But we don't have a 5th mech right now, so it's not quite as relevant. So the other one is something like, God, where was it? One of the, it's another mech cost one, right? Not that one. One of the tech point ones. This is cheaper, although not cheap. But 30 days for 2 tech points is okay. There was also, I think, 2 tech points down here somewhere. It's morale and tech, morale and tech, morale and tech, morale and medical. One of these. I think we're going for 3rd mech bay. I think anything we can do to get our mechs actually back faster is more important. So this is what we were teching for. Let's continue with our plan. It's a little bit expensive is all. Okay.
All right, I'll get the team on it right away.
All right. Rip cash. All right. Meanwhile, 8 days till we have to pay people. 10 days before we're ready to go do something. Feels a little rough. So we'll drop half of our remaining cash. Any mech parts to sell? No, not really. We cleared out most of our mech parts before we left system. It's okay. We knew this was... Oops. Festival of Lights. As the morning briefing draws to a close, Darius raises the final point of discussion. The crew's been wound up a little tightly and the lounge is empty too often. Brought it to my attention along the session would do something about it. Used to observe the Festival of Lights. Stock up the lounge, keep things simple, celebrate the Festival of Lights, ignore the request. All right, let's celebrate the Festival of Lights. Morale increases by 5. Company suffers -1 medical point for 7 days. The lounge looks like a different place in the light of 1,000 burning candles as Samire pours shot after shot for the attendees. The stories being shared go from sad to bawdy to riotously funny. Then the music takes an upturn and things really start heating up. Half the crew is either passed out, still drunk, and the med bay is a disaster. Ah, sure. Whatever. I think that's kind of a neutral event. Wish this interface was slightly less laggy here. All right, we have to pay people in 5 days. Our mechs are ready to go in 4 days. Did something change? Actually, our mechs are ready to go in 3 days. Okay. All right, I do not want... Okay, this should work out exactly here.
Winners never win.
All right.
Happy half year.
Thank you for the 6 months, JPW. 9/11. All right, we are good to go. 2 days on this. Let's go check out the missions. With our new fancy mechs. All right. Looks like some nice variants in terms of the difficulty here. I think we want to start out easy. We have 2 sets of mech pilots to fatigue. So something like this looks amazing. Unfortunately versus Comstar. Versus local pirate organization, but shitty loot. Weakest link versus Lyran Commonwealth. Distraction is for the pirate organization, giving 5 salvage versus Lyran Commonwealth, but we don't lose a tier of upgrade. We're not yet allied with them. Part of me wants to do this. We know we rarely do pirate missions, and they tend to go away. I don't know what makes them change, but they've gone away. I think once the month rolls over, shit changes here, right? Did we take a contract to go here? No, we didn't. We just chose this one randomly. Or not randomly. There's also a 521 for someone we care about, though. It's a 1.5 star. Yeah, I mean, it's not clearly randomly, but so I think if it's equal loot, it is a half-star difficulty better or harder. But our new fancy max, I think we're gonna roll this one. Let's do save the prototype. You guys in on this one? Versus a target we don't give a shit about. Okay. It's the first mission for the stream? Yeah. All right, in we go. Okay. Because I think all the stuff resets at the month mark for the whatever it is. All right, we got mechs. We got our new baby spider. Oh, we didn't rename. We got to remember to rename the hunchback when we repair it. Okay. So, oh, we got pilots too. Oh shit, we're not quite ready. Soon, chat. Soon. We got a month of, or like 2 weeks of no pilot activity. So we've got level ups on the pilots to do. All right. No level up here. Well, we could do gut level up. We're not interested in that. Pathfinder has 7k. We're building towards that. Mega Flop, building towards that. Dust Raker, building towards that. Death Crusade, building towards this. Take a gunnery upgrade. Sweet.
Mech warrior training complete.
That was Death Crusade, who's now moved in his order. No, okay. Deadeye. Don't know what we're doing with Deadeye. So this is the type of pilot who's likely targeting using the LRMs right now. What do we get for more upgrades here? Minus recoil penalty. Isn't that one of the impacts of an LRM? Doesn't it have recoil 1? I think it might. That might be a pretty valuable upgrade. Should we check that real quick? 9 tact is his highest called shot bonus. Yeah. Chat, do you remember? I guess I should just check. All right. So we're on Deadeye. Just a quick look at this. We're looking at LRMs. LRMs do not have recoil. Okay. So we don't necessarily need to up that accuracy there. What is the indirect fire penalty anyways? Is it 5 or 3? I feel like, don't we already fucking negate it with 3 minus indirect fire penalty? I mean, I can hold off on this. This is less exciting when we're not getting that. It's -5. I see. Well, we also have 3 indirect fire penalty from our control system, so we're already negating that, which is fine. Cold fire is probably not coming out right now. Is he also technician? He is. Okay, so we're paying for a lot of tech points. That's fine. Bud is looking fine. This dude has level ups. Decision time for this dude? So I'm building a lot of people towards Warlord. And I certainly don't want any more fucking melee pilots. But Phantom Mech was something we were considering. We haven't built anyone for these yet. Might be nice to have some pilots running the I don't know. Do we want to build one of these just because we haven't built it yet and we're not currently building it for anybody? The issue for me is that on your front range guys who are actually doing shooting, if they're not melee, these bonuses are pretty fucking bad, right? I guess max evasion, not that useful. 12 melee accuracy, -3 initiative randomness. I mean, the minus initiative randomness is nice, but the rest of it's kind of junk. It's hard to invest so many skill points in this shit because it doesn't do anything. 10% sprint bonus. That's not terrible. Is there more in here? And this guy is kind of the same decisions, but I think we already kind of started investing in this. Since we already took that one. What does this one do? That's -1 recoil though. That's pretty useful everywhere. So does what now? Overcharge your mech system to gain +1 accuracy, 10% damage, -10% heat generated, and cool 40 heat. Generates 10 extra heat during the 4-turn cooldown. Is that great? I mean, I guess you'd use that on cooldown pretty much. -10% heat for like alpha striking, but is that big of a deal? What do the final points do for this? More recoil reduction. And the mystery. So we're gonna see how good that is shortly. Do we have someone else who's doing that? Death Crusade's doing that. So we have 2 building that way.
Waiting for orders.
If there's value in that, we don't know.
Yes, Commander.
What do you think, chat? Do we buy that Phantom Mech as something we want?
Good to go.
I think we should try it at least once to get some sense of it. So I think we're going to build Aramaki towards this. It's mobility. All right. It's perfect for a light scout.
Training complete.
Maybe.
I'm ready.
And I think we're going to build 3. I think we're going to over-invest in Warlord, assuming that accuracy is just sick. Double, dude, 10% range increase. Nice. Okay.
Training confirmed.
All right, let's go. Let's go. We got guys leveled. We got a command center. We got mechs. We've got sweet new fucking mechs that don't fuck around. We're saving prototypes for 5 salvage. Beating up on pirates. What's not to love? All right. Who's piloting what? Okay, we now have a reason to run accuracy on the Firestarter. This is the first time we've had that. We'd like indirect fire penalties removed. Level 8 tactics seems like what we want to be running there. Test is, what is this current bonus? High spirits. What is high spirits? Cost of their morale abilities lowered. Okay. All right. Did our changes to either of these things matter? So, Jesus, there was a, we changed so many things. So if I look at this mech, we added solve per action, sensors. This one is a breaching shot. We want someone who can shoot multiple targets, right? But pretty much everyone can do that. Do we care? Piloting is less relevant. I mean, we added the gyro UL, so their stability threshold's worse. Doesn't piloting up the stability threshold at some point? It does. At what cutoff does piloting give us stability? Is it 4? Yeah, you know what this means? It means we go back to reading, which is fine. We should be reading. Should be figuring this shit out. All right, so piloting at 4 is stability threshold 10. And tactics for us is indirect fire penalty, not super useful. And minimum range accuracy penalty, not that useful. Okay, so for our PPC guy, we want piloting 6, or not piloting 6, piloting 4 and gunnery 6. Can't rename the hunchback, I don't think right now. I think it takes a, oh, maybe it's free. If it's done quickly, we could do it right now. I don't know if we can do that for free. Yeah. Oh. All right, what are we calling it? I mean, our little guy, our Panther was old 1 ball for the single PPC. This guy does have 2, but they're very small. Yeah? Okay. All right. Oh, it doesn't fit. All right. Small 2 ball is not too bad. Not quite. Much too small. All right. Confirm. Perfect. Did instant do. Great. Okay. All right. Command center. Mech mission. Save prototype. Salvage 5. Mechs. All right. All right. Tacticians leading here. We want a 6-2 or a 6-4 pilot. So 6 gunnery, 4 piloting. That's what we'd like there. Actually, fairly difficult to do that. I don't think we have anyone with 6 gunnery and 4 piloting. Rip. Actually, a 7-5 on Bud. Why does he have 5 piloting? I don't remember upping his piloting. Oh, because this is an ace pilot. Okay. It's not Bug, it's Bud. Bud! All right. And then who are these ones? So we don't want to run. So the Hunchback is now like everything. We just want gunnery on this guy, right? But he has all these sweet fucking head support systems now. 2 to gunnery. Initiative, evasion pips. This man is going to be fun. I'm a little worried about our line breaker. Yeah. Do allied pieces drop? You could just try shooting that guy for a while. 6'3". So it feels like piloting is relatively important on the Hunchback. But he's gonna have so many boosts from this fucking head image. Do we care? Gives 2 piloting. Gives a gut. Maybe this is the tactician shit. To be able to delay to when I want to use it. So the Pathfinder build. Okay. And then this guy is not Death Crusade because we were running tests and he's one of our leaders. So probably something like Arbiter. How much gunnery does that leave for future ones? Only 1-7. It's that or it's this guy. With only 5. We picked up accuracy there, but no gunnery skills. Did we end up getting a clan? Didn't. Is this this has +1 accuracy built into it though, doesn't it? Yeah, but not +1 gunnery. Okay. You can't keep enhanced imaging active every turn. But this has passives. So you're right, I can't. But I think all the stuff above control click on move button to activate this item, I assume is basics, right? Or did I really have to turn that on each time? And I think I don't know. I guess we're going to play with that. I read that as all those things modify immediately. You're telling me it's activatable? Okay. I don't know how to check that. I think we can see stats. So we have so much to learn. So much to learn today. Perfect. All right. One more mech warrior here. I would like to run full accuracy. So let's run full accuracy. Okay. Let's deploy. Chat, we just launched the mission. It's 3.5 hours into stream. First mission. Easy game. I'm going to take a quick break. Back in a sec.
initiated.
What are your orders, Skipper? Double time, let's go! Good to go. Bugging out. Ready for orders. Confirmed.
All right, Chad, got some food in me. Let's take a look at what's going on. We already accidentally passed the turn on the on our hunchback, unfortunately, which means we don't get a sense of what's going on with that. Who the fuck did I just move? I moved my PPC guy. I thought I was moving this guy. Oh well. All right, so let's take a look. Hunchback seems to have gotten vastly increased initiative. Somewhere we could see stats in the pilot. If we hover, 9546. Anyone remember what his base stats were? Let's write this down. So this is Pathfinder. In the mech, he's 9546. Unclear what he's got turned on and what he doesn't have turned on. Let's control click move. All right. So we have 3 modules. Enhanced imaging is off. Stealth activated. Void system state. Stealth activated. Fail 0. So the stealth is on this thing. What happens when our stealth is running? Does it cause something? Gotta look that module up. Okay. Jesus, prototype. It was like prototype stealth or something. Prototype void, I think. Is that one of the ones that builds up failure chance over time? I don't think so, right? It was just like toggle. Okay, so we can leave that one on, I think. I didn't actually find it, but. All right, the other thing we want to see, so the head starts off, right? So what happens if we turn on enhanced imaging? Does he go up to 11? Didn't update that. I think that might have been already happening. Or maybe we need a turn. That fail chance will go up. Remind me later, chat, then. We'll just turn that off again. We'll check it out later if it actually does anything for this. Alright, let's sprint up this way.
Roger that.
Okay. Modules on mechs is disgusting. Alright, so this is our close range dude. Close range, he's our LRM dude now.
Copy that, Commander.
Use charges with stealth system on? No. That's not my understanding. My understanding of the stealth system charges is it reflects the number of movements you can use. I think. Okay.
Understood. Moving fast.
Like you get a bonus based on how little you've moved in the turn with the stealth system. I think Lady said that the stuff recharged every round. Yeah, our jump range is I mean, not pathetic, I guess, but pretty unexciting. All right. Oh, I haven't turned my laser AMS starts on. Good. Go.
Confirmed.
All right, so we get a chance to find some people here. Your last here when I was outfitting the PPC Hunchback, you missed the fitting of the our current laser Hunchback. It's the only thing you missed. Okay. The only downside of leaving it on 10 heat per turn and 15% heat or 10% weapon heat increase. But presumably not much more than that. Can get to there. I guess that's slightly better.
No shooting, just running.
This is our first mission, correct? We had a lot of fitting to catch up with. Just how it goes sometimes. We had a lot of decisions to make.
I'm receiving you.
Pretty pleased with how it all worked out, actually. This is... We're getting left behind on the line holder. It's kind of weird.
Roger that.
We had two rebuilds from scrap and one major overhaul to go through. Mech Bay is so fun too, chat. I don't maybe it's different watching it, but for me as the player investing in that, it's so fun. All right. We want to get close to it, but I guess not in it yet. Because you get to be like, yes, you get to see all the glorious stuff your new mech is gonna do, and when in reality it just sits there and fucking never gets in range, etc. But like the dream is there. The dream is always alive in the Mech Bay. All right, I don't know where we have to escort our teammates to, but hopefully it doesn't require they need jump jets. Do anything with the fire starter? Yeah, dude, the fire starter is fully kitted out and in our mission right now. Anticipation is better than having. I think both are nice. I don't want to autoplay missions. I want to see my handiwork. I want both. When we have both, I want to see my creations play out. All right. Presumably this will be the round where we get enemies spawning, or at least convoy spawning. So we'll jump to here, I guess.
Roger that, Commander.
Okay. Crush some stuff. Fuck this base in particular. All right. Don't know where we're going to be going, so I'm just going to cluster close to this. Could go on the other side, for example. What I hate is sometimes enemies spawn and attack me from a position that I don't get to see in a direction I don't know. So maybe there's an argument for fortifying here. Maybe. What are these little squiggly things? Minefields? Oh, stealth minus stealth pips. Maybe. Let's just quickly take a quick control on this. Okay. Brand new mech gets its head blown off. I sincerely fucking hope not.
Roger. Ready for orders.
I'm really pleased with the overall improvements on our team. Like, a lot of things have been changed way for the better.
On it.
Doubled our long range mech DPS, upped the amount of close range sensor penetration modules we're running, as well as our stealth and our ECM modules. So we're more heavily protected by ECM, better able to penetrate opposing ECM. Okay. Let's figure out where the extraction point is. Convoys spawned. I hope they can get off this. Yeah, okay, that's a ramp apparently. Sure. Okay, enemies spawned. AoE Rocket Pack 10, AoE Rocket Pack 10. Those are close range, I believe. What else are we seeing? We got our first LRM boat kitted out. Only 30 LRMs, but still, it's a start. This is what I'm talking about, flanking us. Okay. So this is new turn. They spawn really weirdly. They've got guys over here. Clint is actually something we have. I think we have one part for the Clint unless we sold it. AC5 medium laser pirate. I don't know the range on an AC5. Is that a closer or a short range autocannon? Okay. All right. So we're going this way, presumably, along this road to get to there. Might be time to run the... I don't know if we can get up that way. I hate the reduced movement on the jump on the guy. All right, well, let's assume that the medium laser hunchback can take out this fucking thing. What was it equipped with? Thunderbolt missiles are super long range. Rocket packs are close range. Might want to send something with an AMS after that, but both my AMSs are not on my front range guys. Yes, we are using special ammo for the LRMs. You could watch the VOD of seeing it if you wanted. Let's run up this way.
Double time. Let's go.
Okay, 2 more mechs just on Urban Lord. I don't know the size of that mech. And the Heliopolis. Large SRM 6 medium howitzer 2000. Rocket pack, large laser howitzer 2000. What are howitzer 2000s, chat, and why do I not want to find out? Says their weight in the upper left, 70 ton, thank you, and a 75 ton. Sound like big guns? They do sound like big guns. Sounds like that might have been a howitzer shot.
Ready to rock.
All right.
Up high.
The laser boat evasion pips? Yeah, dude. We upgraded it a bunch. Has a lot more sustainability now. Now, we might have fucked up because we put a bunch of evasion headgear into it that might need to be on the missile boat. Because maybe the stealth is good enough. We'll see. All right. All right, what stuff do we have to turn? This is the only one that didn't get a real big refit, right? So what is this one? This one just has Guardian ECM. So we're still running the FC Direct Sensor Sniper and a Solaris Cage with tactics support. I was considering dashing out to there, but maybe we dash to here instead. Okay. Presumably allies will start shooting the guy directly next to them. Oh, just kidding. They'll take the target across the map and LRM spam them. Alright. I really wish I hadn't come off this hill. So this is our long-range mech. I don't think we can get LOS anywhere, though. Don't really want this guy being out in front. Kind of unsure where we're going to get LOS. Okay. First blood.
Let's do this.
Confirmed.
All right, we can LRM spam now too, because we have done it. I don't know what our indirect fire penalty is yet, but we're gonna find out. This will be our first shot of an LRM.
Affirmative, Commander.
Let's take a look. 12%. Not super exciting to begin with. No visuals, moved, target moved, terrain, medium range, indirect fire. So we are getting rid of some of our indirect fire penalties. We're getting rid of 6 of the 8. 3 off of the cockpit and 3 off of the skill level of the combatant. Supposedly swarm missiles can't miss. Good call. Let's find out. So let's switch these up. How do we change ammo types again? Swarm. Oh, that was swarm. FTL is though if one hits kind of thing. Okay, so we want these on swarm. And then 12% can't miss apparently. Are we in range of a sensor lock? I don't think so, but we're not missing. We have a sensor lock, so that's not going to help us. It would remove one of his evasion pips. Change the firing mode. Oh, I don't want it to be hot launched. Thanks. How do I do that? Standard. How do I know if it's standard or not in this one? Can it not hot launch? FTL swarm. Can clans not launch? Can clans not hot launch? Clans don't have to hot load because they don't have a minimum range or something? Yeah. Alright, so we're going to try this. We're expecting this to not miss. I don't know what the fuck that did. Something, presumably. Okay. Could wait for it to go. This is the master tactician. Feels like that's probably worth doing. It's sandpapered hard. Is that what you're talking about, like removing chunks of armor?
I'm here.
All right. Lost evasive. Maybe the teammates will capitalize on this lost evasion. Yeah, right? Our best unit, the line breaker, suddenly seems so much worse than what it was. I know, because we got a bunch of upgrades. I'm really excited to see what they do. Okay. Is that stupid... God damn it. I think that's the thing we were... I think that just max distanced away from our guy. We get 5 parts on this mission of something. We could take a full Big Mech if we can knock one down.
Ready for orders. On it.
Begins.
Firing. Target's taking a critical hit.
Orders.
All right, we did reserve down. See where we can go. We can get pretty close. Starting to get in range of stuff. If we sprint into here, can live with that. I think we'll go ahead of them next round. So we did tactician. All right, let's get moving.
Understood. Moving back.
So I can't now turn on my gunnery skills. Did we ever get a confirmation whether or not the imaging stuff requires... It says I can turn it on now, right? So if I want to turn on enhanced imaging now... I don't even remember what the fuck it does at this point. 35%, 40%. Not real thrilled with this, but we vent a lot of heat. Sprinted, target moved, target terrain moved, weapon range. Sure. Okay. Let's take our shots. Acceptable. We're in a frozen biome, so heat reduction's better in this. Well, we're not sure that we're gonna see this round, Jamie, whether or not that's true. I'm pretty certain you get the 2 just for having it. But we'll see.
Skipper.
All right, so we have LRMs that we can use to bombard this guy or possibly one of these. They are clustered, so presumably we get some effect out of the swarm. And it wouldn't take a lot to kill this guy if we can hit him with that. Zoom in on the howitzer. No. Tag them is okay. The heat's less useful. The damage is not that much. It could be okay. Not sure I'd get an LOS to do that without revealing ourselves. Maybe there. Could probably hit. I don't know. It's tough to tell LOS in this game. I also wouldn't mind getting in protection range to get a sensor lock here. I'm assuming that our line breaker just destroys this Clint this round. So ideally we don't want to waste actions on it. 10 movement there. What do we roll here? 13. That's unfortunate. They go ahead of us there. We double reserved there. I was hoping it would be enough, but oh well. Maybe try to kill that, honestly. I mean, if we're going to tag barrage, we could sprint too. Don't really want to be shot at in this thing. We should get a fair number of evasion pips moving out to here though, right? Okay. Don't want to walk in range of these things. What are they? Large laser, SRM, medium laser, rocket packs times a billion. I don't know. It would kind of be nice to get the overloaded AMS in range of other people. So there's an argument for that. All right. Okay, 3 pips of evasion, not all that much. I think we're just going to nuke here. Do we want the heat centered on them? Nice.
I'm catching some serious shit.
Deactivate LRMs unless I want to use them. I don't know what I just did with my LRMs. Did they attack the ground where I put them? They may have. Maybe the swarm doesn't matter for that? Okay. Sure. I didn't mean to do that, but it worked out okay, it looks like. Alright, so Ace Pilot here, just drill him in the fucking face, seems okay. His frontal armor is weak. His back armor is undamaged, although also fairly weak. I think that we'll start with the shot here. Oops. Okay. We getting jammed at all? No. Swarm is 30 meters. We'll have to figure that out as we do it more.
Oh, I like that shot.
Okay. And then we can either jump or move. Jump's gonna have some stability issues. Could LOS over this way. A jump to here would actually kind of be nice. LOS is them. Lets me stay on the road. Gets me a lot closer. Live with that. I think it also ECM protects our little guy. I assume they'll kill this guy now. Oh, these are the convoy though. Me too, Phelan. Me too. All right.
Receiving you.
PPC time. No PPC LOS here. I think I put myself in a bit. Oh, we can actually move down off this hill. Didn't realize that. Can I get a shot anywhere with the PPC? Can sprint to there. What is this terrain? Geothermal. So we only sink 50% of our heat. But we can get in range. We're protected by multiple ECMs here. I would love to shoot that guy with a fucking PPC. Is that better or worse than anywhere else?
Got it.
Oh, I didn't mean to jump. That was supposed to be sprint. Fuck. Boo. Okay. It just fucked our... God damn it. It fucks our stability jumping there instead of moving. Is that guy also fortified? Do we know? Can we see that as a status? Primitive cockpit entrenched. Guarded. Guarded but not fortified, it looks like. Okay. So we will still get more damage firing like this.
On it.
2 hits, 2 sensor impaired for him. Feels good. Sensor locked us, annoying. Landmines explode on him. Okay. Guarded but no cover nor bulwark. Guarded was damage reduction, right? But I agree, no cover nor bulwark. So he was only taking 20% reduced damage instead of 40. All right, so we have laser pew pew. Dude, we're getting a 70 from there. Seems good. Okay, so I wanted to check. So first of all, this is the next round of stealth activation. Did not change these stats, even though our thing has been on now for another round. So I'm pretty sure those stats either do not update on the tooltip, which is possible, or you get those stats just by turning it on. All right, was there a failure chance on enhanced imaging? I don't even remember what enhanced imaging did. All right, we need to look this weapon up again. All right, fine. Uh-oh. It's a type of cockpit, but I don't remember what it did. Sweet new tech. I gotta write it down again, the same way I've been writing the ECM stuff down. All right, this guy is annoying. I could just shoot and let our stealth do its work. With 6 things of that, we'd lose all of our evasion pips, which would kind of suck. And how are we? What do we want to go for here? Do we want to go for the 75-ton mech, right? So we want to start by lopping off its arms and legs, I think. Start killing the pilot. So we'd like to shoot left leg. Left leg's over there. This is actually pretty good for us. So if we do something like this, had a called shot bonus. Did it do anything else besides active called shot bonus? 1 accuracy plus 1 call. Okay, 1 active. Accuracy plus 1. Called shot 20%. Activation failure 0%. Failure next turn 5%. Okay, but the mitigation off failure is, what is this? This was called the DNI cockpit, I think? No. It wasn't clan enhanced imaging. So maybe it was a DNI cockpit. Piloting skill. Probability of failure and activation activation and turns T after activation. So this is T1. It's still a 0%. T2 is a 0% too. And our piloting skill was like 5. So I think we can get 5 turns of running this before we even hit failure chance 5%. EI cockpit. Yeah, but that's not an option for this. So the failure page, I'll show you guys the failure page, which is what was told to me, is there. So we have clan enhanced imaging, and we have DNI cockpit. Those are only 2 options. Either way, we've got at least this turn. Okay. Maybe you post a link to wiki. Do we have any mods in channel to just permit you would be nice? But I'll see the link even if it gets immediately removed by. Thanks. Okay, you got the link to it. Appreciate it. Call the shot. Call the headshot for the tonner. No, we're gonna shoot the side. Well, I can't quite get. I can maybe get this side with the sprint.
On my way. Double time.
Failure next turn of 5% on the cockpit. How do you get that number though? And if we turn this off now, did that change anything? 61%? Do we have 67s? No, but you're not. I don't think you're zero Baja. I don't think you're. See, but you didn't calculate in the piloting skill, right? Because piloting skill reduces that. That's the other link I just put out. Still, we're at 6 evasion pips for moving here. I'm not sure if that guy has moved or not yet. I think not. Guarded, cover, entrenched. Sure. I wonder if we can knock him out of that. Okay. Tag barrage on cooldown. We have our missiles. So if we move forward, I can direct fire these. I don't love this guy being in direct range of everything. We are apparently running a C3 module on this guy, which is okay. Neither of them are going to have acted. They're going to have all their weapons up. All their weapons, I mean, that's some damage, I guess.
Confirmed.
I don't really want to shoot the front side of him. It doesn't really matter. Also, I got to be careful. This thing is spreading mines everywhere, this swarm thing, I guess, which I don't really want. So if we change the ammo type is click there. No, that's on off. Ammo type is click here. Yes. I can't give it FTL missiles though. Why not? Swarms don't spread mines. Okay. We have not yet Tomulus. That would be really good to do right after this mission. You can, it's on FTL now. Ah! Well played, Filthy. Well played. Alright. Our shit doesn't ignore. So we're going to do minus 40% reduction already, right? On this. Is it even worth taking this shot? Might just be better. I mean, we have multi-targeting, but we don't have ignoring. We don't have breaching. Came to lead, not to read. Damn right. Alright. No, maybe I just jump and fucking fortify. Alright. These guys, however, are here to shoot. I can get directly behind. It's not behind. I can get to his side again. We don't have breaching shot. I don't know that I want to be this close to him. Even, like, presumably he's going to be able to sensor pick us up at some point. I wouldn't mind waiting till their turn is done and hit him with the PPCs. Probably one of our allies fired some of this mine shit. Not so excited about this vehicle doing this. Yes, you've driven between 2 large mechs and stood still in front of it. Perfect. Well, I mean, I want to leg this dude.